As you look at that table is full of bills. Bills. I don't like bills, but I gotta take care of those. And they give me 5 days to do so before they start taking court costs, case costs, and all that stuff. Now, the majority of that has already been paid electronically, but they want to send it to me so I will have it, just so I would know what it is that we're actually doing here. Now, they did a survey because this is actually how they keep you in bondage. And this is what we're going to go into more on the Patreon, as we just went into some more things to talk about with Prodigy, the rapper. That's on the Patreon right now. Um, but they saying that the average American, not black or white, the average American cannot save $20 a week out of their paychecks. Let that sink in. They saying that the American family cannot save $20 a week and have to live from paycheck to paycheck. Even families with two incomes in the household. That's a remarkable, disheartening thing to ever say to another person, is that you cannot save $20 out of your paycheck each week. Well, they break down first transportation to job, gas costs, whatever that may be, fuel costs, maintenance, vehicle. They look at that mainly, transportation to work. Most people fill their car up with gas. If they have to travel to work, they normally have to fill up in about 2 to 3 days. They have to go back to the gas station, put more gas in the vehicle, and get it ready for travel. This process, this singular process, throws everything off its axis. And because it throws it off its axis, you're put in a flux in which you're stuck in a position that you have to be in for the rest of the remainder of the time being there it is. But they say the average person cannot save that $20 going into the next week. They live from paycheck to paycheck. Something happens. You might have $100 that you could put away, and you think you're going to have that for the next week. Something always seems to happen, whether you have to kick it that week, go out, or if you're married in a relationship, you're going to somebody's dinner parties, and you spend more money in a relationship than you do when you're single, they almost taper off, because even when you're single, people think if I was single, I would save so much money. It's not true. Depends on how you live. Everything depends on how you live. If you don't have a mind that's set on saving money, the more you make, the more you'll spend. Even if you're single, even if you're in a relationship. You have to curb your enthusiasms. You have to be able to say, I like that, but that's not something I need. I have to focus on the needs. I mean, the things that I've already have that I need to take care of, rather than these, boyish, fan things that I love. I can put those aside. Like the Bible says, it's time to put childish things aside. Put some childish things to the side. Focus on things you need to have taken care of because it's a necessity. That's where your main focus should be. Now, it's not about being rich, it's about having money for emergencies, actually. See, not everybody's goal is to be rich. They want to just be comfortable. They like, okay, this is my job. I'm gonna get this. When I retire, then I'm a vacation. To them, that's it. That's life. That's a lot of people's goal. Let their kids be taken care of. They ain't got to worry about their kids. Spend time with the grandkids. What they don't want to be is taking care of their families, who should be out on their own, earning their own money and living their own lives. But now they're stuck in this web of emptiness. Where you have to create your own job. That sucks. Now, with that being said, you're living in that society, that bubble. Now comes the new wave. What do you plan on doing about the new wave? Well, it's very simple. New wave goes like this: you have to bring 90% of your energy into a plan of writing things down. You have to, some of the things you can go off the top of your head, but you need to write things down. That makes it a reality and not just something in your head. Alleviate your brain by writing things down. You can turn your whole life around by just putting a pen to paper and writing down something essential that you need to get done and start achieving those goals. Knocking those things down that you need to respond to ASAP. Quit putting it to the side. Me, I end up doing it because I'm so busy that I have to put things to the side that I don't even want to. And then I end up forgetting to address it in the right manner of time. So, to try to curb that, I try to do other things. Like today, I had to rip and run. So today, I never really had a chance to truly focus on the other things that I needed to take care of on Monday. Now, on Wednesday, I got to try to make up for double time of that. So, if you have six figures, it's quite easy to turn it into seven. You all you would need to do is to make the right investments and get with the right investment plans, or you could do it yourself, depending on how you are. It depends on, it's a lot of factors involved. A lot of people who have six figures can turn them into seven because they have that mindset. But if you're somebody that watches every nickel and I can't let this nickel go and this and that, you're not going to make seven figures. Don't even get involved. But you can look in what's the trends right now. Investments is the best way to get there. And since you have liquid revenue, you have six figures liquid, then you shouldn't have any problems. You can even open up to loans now because you have liquid assets. Um, I don't really know why you would have a problem getting there. All it takes is time. And so far, that's all you have in this world, really, is time. So it's about what you're going to do with it. Akon followed the fact that he's African, and he got involved in with the right people to pull off the right scams. And the investment groups that he got in contact with, that investment group actually was somebody that used him to get through the door through the Ministry of Defense and everything else. So it helped bring a face and of awareness to him. He got a little bit of a finder's fee or brokerage fee from it. That's going to be better for him down the road. And in that, he just basically does whatever people tell him, to do. He goes along with the money. That's not true. People think you need to buy something super expensive in order to be rich. No. In this new era, it's not about that. It's buying something no one knows anything about before it hits and ends up being the next big thing. And that big thing might not even last forever, but it's the right now. And you got ahead on the curve before it took off. Now, if you were on the Patreon, I told you what stocks to get into. That would show you a great deal of money in returns. Well, there's a lot of us, and it's a lot of us making moves out there, but it's not about that. The average American or the average family just want to be able to save money. And the only way to save money is to have less liabilities. You can't have you cannot have money to be saved if you have a ton of liabilities. If you're paying for, let's say, a carpet or furniture or a vehicle or bedroom sets, and you have all of this put on credit, and it's just sitting there on credit, that's still something you have to pay on, plus the interest rates of all of those. You got to have your internet TV. Even though people say I don't have internet no more, I just pay for my movie channels that I want. Okay, let's say you got HBO Max, right? Now you're paying whatever that is, $6.99 a month. Then you're paying $6.99 for Disney. Then you're paying $12 a month for Netflix. Then you're paying other ones for Hulu. Then you're paying another one. Before you end up adding up all of those prices, you're paying even more money than you would for the damn cable you had. That's the crime, ladies and gentlemen. So it's hard to save money when you're Americans because Americans have, because of the way they market to you, is the you got to have it now. And the way they do it is if you don't have a family and you're single, you're buying fast food or you're out eating all the time. That's $20, $30 a pop. Or you could have bought some, went to the store, bought some, some meat, cooked that up, $6.99. You could have got some sirloin steaks or whatever and cooked you a big steak meal, get some potatoes. For that $30, you could have made a meal that would have lasted you 2, 3 days, what you spent on one meal. Now fast food costs you about $12, $13 every time you go in. They've eliminated the $2 or 99-cent burgers. I don't think I would eat a burger that's 99 cents. Ain't no telling what kind of meat that is now. Food shortages are real. And if you're not able to grow your own tomatoes, um, farm your own lands, these are going to be the results. Well, when you see places like Portillo's and you see why they have a line going around the corner, it's because people seem to know where the real food is compared to artificial food. Seeing as African Americans, we didn't have a lot of options when we came up to the Midwest. But everybody, every single one of us knew how to farm. Every single last one of us knew had to take how to take care of our own. We could do automotive, electronics, electricity, everything, because we had to. It was survival for my grandfather and everyone else, his brothers. He had to take care of his brothers. They had to do it for survival. Who you gonna call to get it done? You want to go to a mart to go get some lettuce or tomatoes, risk getting beat down and hung? I don't think so. We're gonna just grow our own stuff at home. Do it the old-fashioned way. The less we got to go out for things, the better off you're gonna be. And this is how your families were able to survive with 7, 8 kids. Less costly. Mr. Bubble on the commercial, you see the kids, you be, oh, I want Mr. Bubble. Ah, no, we can't afford Mr. Bubble. You get dishwashing liquid in the doggone bathtub. And we making bubbles with the dishwashing liquid. We didn't know it was bubbles. There's been rumors of people trying to create a food shortage and all of these different aspects that are taking place. But on the Patreon, we're going to get into all of this, buddy. All of it is coming up in the next 2 days. So these next 2 days is going to be powerful. Trust me. Yeah, I know, man. But the average American cannot save $20. To me, that's just really, really sad. And as an American, as a human being, that's just the state that we're in now. You go to Walmart, they got the bag it yourself groceries. They want you to buy the groceries and bag the damn groceries yourself. This automated counter. I told people 12, what was it? 2000 and I say after 9/11, it was 2004 or 5. I told them, you're being replaced. Everybody. I told you guys, I made the video. I said the banks are shutting down. This is 2005. Told them. I even made a YouTube video talking about it because they're trying to get rid of all tellers. They want to get rid of all cashiers. If you go to Walmart right now, the number one company in the world, in the United States of America, is supposed to be Walmart. Now it's Google and everything else, but it used to be Walmart. They still top 5, and they can't afford to have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 registers open in the stores. You go in there, be one person on the lanes, maybe 2 if you're lucky. Everywhere else, automatic scan yourself, get out the store. And they're letting go employees left and right. And you know why they're able to do it so easily? Because most of them are not union. When you have non-union, these type of things can happen to you. So a lot of companies want to erase the unions completely, so they are able to do stuff like this. Aldi's. I don't know how many people have an Aldi store in their area, but Aldi's always had the cheapest prices. And the reason why is because they don't give you bags. They don't give you, they're not going to bag your stuff, and they're not going to even give you a bag to put it in. You can buy the bags from them if you want to, but this is why they're able to keep their food prices low. So you can get rung up, but you have to bag your own stuff, and you have to bring your own bags. Welcome to Aldi's. Of course, Aldi's going to take link cards. This is where they make the bulk of their money. Through people going in there on the 1st and 15th, blowing off a load of their cash to get all of the money. They blow everything in one day. Down there, they spend damn near the entire card in one day. Grocery shopping, loading up, buying 18 boxes of Capri Suns. I know I used to drink up all this chick stuff, man. We was going through Halloween car. I'll be over there drinking the Capri Suns. Sorry, shorty. This flavor here, it's the bomb. All right, Outlaw. I hope you're excited. I hope you're ready. Hope you're ready for these New York Knicks coming to Chicago. So are we betting this game or are we betting series? I want to know right now. Are we betting this one game? Are we going game by game or you want to just bet the whole series? We could do both. Because you're the only one in right now. Everybody left you out there. Okay, we're betting the series. So how much money do we have on it? $50. All right, there it is. $50 bet. Outlaw is out there. Is LB getting in this? Yep. Well, on that note, let me go handle these bills. I'm out.